CNA Practice Doll. Question 1. What is the correct way to take an apical pulse? Option A. At the wrist. Option B. To the left of the sternum at the 5th intercostal space at the midclavicular line. Option C. At the neck. Option D. At the brachial artery. The correct answer is option B. To the left of the sternum at the 5th intercostal space at the midclavicular line. The apical pulse is taken at the apex of the heart, located at the 5th intercostal space, left midclavicular line. A stethoscope is used to auscultate the heart sounds. The apical pulse is counted for 1 full minute. Question 2. When making an occupied bed, the dirty linen should be? Option A. Thrown on the floor. Option B. Placed in a linen bag or hamper. Option C. Left on the bedside table. Option D. Folded and reused. The correct answer is option B. Placed in a linen bag or hamper. Dirty linen goes directly into a linen bag or hamper. Never shake linen, this spreads microorganisms. Never place dirty linen on the floor, furniture, or reuse it. Handle linens contaminated with blood or body fluids with gloves and place in biohazard bags. Question 3. Bed-making technique includes eliminating wrinkles in the sheets. The CNA knows this technique assists to? Option A. Prevent pressure sores. Option B. Make the bed look neat. Option C. Keep the resident warm. Option D. Save time. The correct answer is option A. Prevent pressure sores. Wrinkles in sheets can create pressure points on the resident's skin, especially over bony prominences, leading to pressure ulcers, bed sores. Wrinkle-free sheets, along with frequent repositioning, are essential for pressure ulcer prevention.
Stressed about your Acuplacer exam? We can take Acuplacer exam for you remotely and undetected. We always guarantee a pass and payments only after results. To send us an email, scan the code or tap the link in the description and let's get it done.
Question 4. A resident tells the nurse aide, "I feel like killing myself." What is the first action the CNA should take? Option A. Tell the resident don't say that. Option B. Report the statement to the nurse immediately. Option C. Ask the resident why they feel that way. Option D. Ignore the statement to avoid upsetting the resident. The correct answer is option B. Report the statement to the nurse immediately. Suicidal ideation is a medical emergency. CNAs are not trained to counsel. Their role is to observe and report immediately to the supervising nurse. The nurse will assess the resident and initiate appropriate safety measures. Never promise confidentiality in this situation, as safety is the priority. Question 5. A resident's family member is yelling at the resident. What should the CNA do? Option A. Ignore it as a family matter. Option B. Intervene calmly and report the incident to the nurse. Option C. Join the family member in yelling. Option D. Leave the room immediately. The correct answer is option B. Intervene calmly and report the incident to the nurse. Yelling at a resident is verbal abuse. The CNA must protect the resident and intervene appropriately, calmly. Please don't yell, you're upsetting her. The incident must be reported to the nurse immediately and documented. Question 6. When caring for a resident from a different culture, the CNA should? Option A. Assume the resident follows all cultural practices. Option B. Ask the resident about their preferences. Option C. Ignore cultural differences. Option D. Tell the resident how things are done here. The correct answer is option B. Ask the resident about their preferences. Person-centered care means asking about individual preferences, including cultural, religious, and spiritual practices. Never assume or impose your own beliefs. Respect for cultural diversity is an essential part of providing quality care. Question 7. What is the first step in taking an oral temperature? Option A. Insert thermometer in mouth immediately. Option B. Clean thermometer before use. Option C. Ask the patient to swallow. Option D. Shake thermometer down. The correct answer is option B. Clean thermometer before use. Cleaning the thermometer before use prevents infection transmission between residents. After use, the thermometer should also be cleaned and disinfected according to facility policy. Wait at least 15–30 minutes after the resident has eaten or drunk hot or cold liquids before taking an oral temperature. Question 8. When a resident is acting out or having behavioral disturbances, the certified nursing assistant, CNA, is aware of what action should be taken first. Option A. Provide for patient and staff safety. Option B. Restrain the resident. Option C. Call the family. Option D. Medicate the resident. The correct answer is option A. Provide for patient and staff safety. When a resident is acting out, the first priority is to provide for patient and staff safety. Remove potential hazards, ensure the CNA is at a safe distance, and call for help if needed. The nurse will assess the situation and determine appropriate interventions.
Are you looking for non-medical assistant exam actual questions? Visit our website pokerexams.com to access non-medical assistant exam study guide with actual questions and answers. Scan the QR code or click the link in the description to get non-medical assistant exam answer key today.
Question 9. When feeding a resident, the CNA should: Option A. Leave them alone if they refuse. Option B. Ensure upright position and safety. Option C. Feed as fast as possible. Option D. Give liquids first only. The correct answer is option B. Ensure upright position and safety. The resident should be in an upright position, Fowler's position, 60–90 degrees, during feeding to prevent choking and aspiration. Offer small bites, allow time to chew and swallow, and ensure the resident is alert before feeding. Do not rush. Question 10. What is the proper measurement for measuring bodily fluids? Option A. Ounces. Option B. Milliliters. Option C. Cups. Option D. Tablespoons. The correct answer is option B. Milliliters. Bodily fluids are measured and documented in milliliters, ml. Intake and output are recorded in milliliters. To convert ounces to milliliters, multiply the number of ounces by 30. Example, 4 ounces times 30 equals 120 ml. Question 11. A resident has MRSA, methicillin-resistant Staphylococcus aureus. What type of precautions are required? Option A. Standard precautions only. Option B. Contact precautions. Option C. Droplet precautions. Option D. Airborne precautions. The correct answer is option B. Contact precautions. MRSA spreads by direct contact with the resident or contaminated surfaces. Contact precautions require a gown and gloves, private room or cohorting, and dedicated equipment, stethoscope, blood pressure cuff. Standard precautions are used for all residents but are not sufficient for MRSA. Question 12. A resident is crying and expresses feeling lonely. What is the best response by the CNA? Option A. Stop crying, you'll be fine. Option B. I'm here to listen. Would you like to talk? Option C. You shouldn't feel lonely with all of us here. Option D. I'll get the nurse to give you something for that. The correct answer is option B. I'm here to listen. Would you like to talk? Acknowledging the resident's feelings and offering presence is therapeutic. The CNA should sit with the resident, listen, and provide comfort. Dismissing feelings, A, C, or deferring to medication, D, does not address the resident's emotional need. Question 13. Which task is within the CNA scope of practice? Option A. Administer insulin injections. Option B. Measure and record vital signs. Option C. Administer 4 medications. Option D. Insert urinary catheters. The correct answer is option B. Measure and record vital signs. CNAs are trained to measure and record vital signs, temperature, pulse, respirations, blood pressure, administering medications, A, C, inserting catheters, D, and performing sterile procedures are outside the CNA's scope of practice. Question 14. What is the correct chain of command for reporting a concern about a resident's change in condition? Option A. CNA charge nurse, RN/LPN, supervisor doctor. Option B. CNA doctor administrator. Option C. CNA family doctor. Option D. CNA social worker nurse. The correct answer is option A. CNA charge nurse, RN/LPN, supervisor doctor. The chain of command flows from the CNA to the supervising nurse, RN/LPN, first, then up to the supervisor and physician if needed. CNAs do not report directly to the doctor or family members without first going through the supervising nurse. Question 15. You are ambulating a resident with a gait belt. The resident's knees buckle and they begin to fall. What is the correct action? Option A. Grab the resident's arm and pull them upright. Option B. Call for help immediately while holding them up. Option C. Widen your stance and ease the resident down your leg to the floor. Option D. Leave the resident to get the nurse. The correct answer is option C. Widen your stance and ease the resident down your leg to the floor. Attempting to catch a falling resident usually causes injury to both you and the resident. Easing them safely to the floor is the only safe clinical response. After the fall, call for help and assess the resident for injuries. Question 16. A resident is on strict dysphagia precautions. What item on the meal tray should the CNA question? Option A. Mashed potatoes. Option B. Pureed vegetables. Option C. Regular orange juice. Option D. Thickened water. The correct answer is option C. Regular orange juice. A resident on strict dysphagia precautions requires thickened liquids to prevent aspiration. Regular orange juice is a thin liquid and should not be given. The tray should be evaluated for appropriate consistencies, mechanical soft, pureed, or thickened liquids is ordered. Question 17. What is the correct order for donning, putting on, PPE? Option A. Gloves, mask, gown, goggles. Option B. Gown, mask, goggles, gloves. Option C. Mask, gown, gloves, goggles. Option D. Goggles, gloves, gown, mask. The correct answer is option B. Gown, mask, goggles, gloves. The correct order for donning PPE is gown first, then mask, then goggles, or face shield, then gloves. This order prevents contamination of the face and ensures the gloves cover the gown cuffs. Doffing, removing, is the reverse order: gloves, goggles, gown, mask. Question 18. A CNA is asked by a resident to cash a personal check for her. What should the CNA do? Option A. Cash the check to be helpful. Option B. Politely refuse and report the request to the nurse. Option C. Cash the check but only if it is for a small amount. Option D. Ask the resident's family for permission. The correct answer is option B. Politely refuse and report the request to the nurse. CNAs must maintain strict professional boundaries. Handling a resident's finances is a conflict of interest, prohibited by facility policy, and could be considered financial exploitation. The CNA should politely decline and report the request to the supervising nurse. Stressed about your CNA exam? We can take CNA exam for you remotely and undetected. We always guarantee a pass and payments only after results. To send us an email, scan the code or tap the link in the description and let's get it done. Question 19. What should a CNA do each time a patient is repositioned? Option A. Document the repositioning. Option B. Check the resident's skin and report changes. Option C. Offer fluids. Option D. Change the bed linens. The correct answer is option B. Check the resident's skin and report changes. Each time a patient is repositioned, the CNA should check the resident's skin for signs of pressure damage, redness, pallor, warmth, or breakdown. Early detection and reporting of pressure injuries are essential to prevent skin breakdown and pressure ulcers. The bed should remain wrinkle-free to help keep the skin healthy. Question 20. What is a normal age-related change in the elderly? Option A. Significant memory loss. Option B. Increased skin elasticity. Option C. Decreased sense of thirst. Option D. Faster reaction time. The correct answer is option C. Decreased sense of thirst. The sense of thirst diminishes with age, putting elderly residents at higher risk for dehydration. CNAs should encourage fluids and offer fluids at frequent intervals, even if the resident does not request them. Significant memory loss, A, is not normal aging, it may indicate dementia or another condition. Question 21. A resident grabs the CNA's arm and will not let go. What should the CNA do? Option A. Push the resident away hard. Option B. Report the incident to the nurse immediately. Option C. Ignore the behavior. Option D. Restrain the resident in a chair. The correct answer is option B. Report the incident to the nurse immediately. Physical aggression is a safety risk. The CNA should protect themselves, try to stay calm, and report the behavior to the supervising nurse. Grabbing may indicate fear, pain, or agitation and requires assessment. Never push, retaliate, or apply restraints independently. Question 22. Which of the following is an example of a therapeutic communication technique? Option A. Asking why did you do that? Option B. Saying everything will be fine. Option C. Using silence to allow the resident time to think. Option D. Changing the subject when the resident becomes upset. The correct answer is option C. Using silence to allow the resident time to think. Therapeutic communication techniques include using silence to allow residents time to process thoughts and feelings. Asking why questions, A. Often puts residents on the defensive. False reassurance, B. Dismisses their feelings. Changing the subject, D. Avoids addressing the resident's concerns. Question 23. When assisting a resident with a cane for ambulation, the CNA should: Option A. Stand on the resident's weaker side. Option B. Stand on the resident's stronger side. Option C. Walk behind the resident. Option D. Walk far ahead of the resident. The correct answer is option A. Stand on the resident's weaker side. The CNA should stand on the resident's weaker side to provide support and stability. The resident should hold the cane on the stronger side. The cane is used to support the weaker leg. The stronger leg moves forward first. Question 24. A CNA is asked to perform a task that is outside their scope of practice. What should the CNA do? Option A. Perform the task to be helpful. Option B. Refuse and explain that it is outside their scope of practice. Option C. Perform the task and ask for forgiveness later. Option D. Ask the resident to do it. The correct answer is option B. Refuse and explain that it is outside their scope of practice. CNAs must work within their scope of practice as defined by state law and facility policy. Refusing unsafe or prohibited tasks protects both the resident and the CNA. The CNA should explain the refusal professionally and report to the nurse. Question 25. Which of the following questions asked to the resident is most likely to encourage conversation? Option A. Are you feeling tired today? Option B. Do you want to wear this outfit? Option C. What are your favorite foods? Option D. Is this water warm enough? The correct answer is option C. What are your favorite foods? Open-ended questions encourage residents to express themselves and share concerns, rather than just saying yes or no. Closed-ended questions, A, B, D, limit conversation and do not promote meaningful communication with the resident.